4 large egg yolks, check. Half a cup of sugar, check. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, check. Two cups of milk into the combine whole milk and vanilla extract into a saucepan. Alrighty. I'm going to go get some more milk. I totally forgot I was going to be using some today. 2 cups of milk. In she goes. We're going to bring this up to steaming but not boiling. Cook the milk and vanilla over medium-high heat. Cook until the milk is steaming but not boiling. Give me temperatures, people. I don't like recipes where they omit information. That is the wrong vanilla. I haven't opened this one yet. I have this one here. I have this one here. I'm down for whatever is happening right now. Rose Rain, hello, welcome on in. Thank you for her link. I follow her, the girl who bakes. Yes. We're on Peninsula Island. Oh, wait, here we go. Culinary Rewind. I knew she'd be lurking. I told you, we say her name. And Cerise, I will get that picture for you because you guys, let me show you something. You know what? We're gonna pause for a cause here real quick. We're gonna pause for a cause here. Cerise Jubilee, Culinary Rewind, does everything with the 1950s flair. The do, the entire outfit, and makes all of our own aprons. And this is one of the aprons that she made for me. And it's got all the hot peppers and the garlic and the chilies, and it's the color red. But this is stunning. And I mean, it's got like that nice little, you know, I just love this apron. I just love this apron. And I've taken it to work a couple times to show people. And I even did when we did our potluck. I think I was wearing this one when I went in there to do some cooking. So I will get a nice picture for you. But you guys, she's going to have an apron shop where you guys can purchase these homemade aprons that she's making. She'll make it for you. You know, if you want a special one, you know, and want different, you could send her the fabric. I'm totally confused here. Hold that thought. 1 teaspoon. Okay, now I'm back. Now I am back. Your work triangle distance. It's better because normally when I prep, I don't normally prep here. I mean, I do use this every now and then, but normally my prep is right here. So I have my sink, I have my stove, and then my fridge. Because I bring everything out of the pantry. I usually have everything completely out. Okay, so we're going to do. All right, I don't know if Erica is still here, but I have another question, Erica. If you're still here, I'm getting ready to take pics for the website. Yes, I've been trying to find a proper apron. Rose, look no further. There you go right there. If I'm doing things that involve flour, cornstarch, what's the other thing that's, I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff, where I wear a bib apron to keep it off my shirt here. If I'm just cooking and prepping it and doing whatever, I'll wear the half apron. This is for this, okay. Okay. You have been summoned. I gotta say her name 3 times fast. Okay, so I'm hoping these will be okay. These look pretty good. Let's look at this one. Probably should have, okay, so man, you guys, these are like really airy. They're very, very, but look at that. They are perfect on the inside. Perfect on the inside. Oh, those are good. What are we making now? Was lurking for a bit. Okay, Lex. Do you remember the TV show Friends? Do you remember when Rachel made the trifle and she squished 2 recipes together? It's Lumberjake. Hello, how are you doing today? Happy Sunday to you guys. I will be doing a chatting stream on Tuesday, guys. I figure we'll just hang out and visit for a little bit, see what's going on, see how everybody's doing, catch in for like what happened like in the past week. If anybody, same with powdered sugar. Oh my gosh, Lucky, that stuff goes everywhere in Luck. That stuff goes everywhere. Do you know much about the Instant Pot cooking? Yes, I use my Instant Pot a lot. I love my Instant Pot. Love it, love it, love it. I don't like it for all things. I don't like it to cook rice. I can say that straight up. I can cook rice better and faster in my pot on the stove than I can in the Instant Pot. And much less cleanup, much less cleanup. I was making winter squash, roasted carrot soup today. Perfect, perfect fall lunch. Perfect, perfect fall lunch or dinner, depending on where you are. Can't wait when I can't wait to bake that either. That is so on my list. And what cocktail would you recommend with that? Because, you know, asking for a friend. By friend, I mean me. Agree on the rice, yeah. Happy Sunday. Okay, so Lumberjack, do you remember the TV show Friends? Were you a fan of watching the TV show Friends? This was back in the 90s. And it was one of the Thanksgiving specials, and Rachel, she wanted to participate in cooking something for the Thanksgiving dinner because, you know, Monica was the cook and Monica was doing everything. So she made the trifle, a Thanksgiving Day trifle, and she got out her cookbook, and what happened was 2 pages stuck together. So the first half of the recipe that she followed was for a traditional English trifle, ladyfingers, custard, jam. The second half of the recipe that she followed was actually the second part of a shepherd's pie recipe with hamburger, peas, and onions. So we are making the traditional trifle from Friends with the hamburger. Rice and pasta are no-go in the crock pot. Yeah, rice, if it's pre-cooked, I'll pre-cook my rice and I'll add it to a crock pot dish just before serving. Just before serving. Ask me anything. Chili verde is easy. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. So it just says redeemed, ask Kanara everything, but it doesn't say who redeemed it and what the question was. So who redeemed it and what? Favorite NFL team. What's NFL? Oh, football. Football. Okay, well, there's your answer. There's your answer. I was like, wait, I know this one. Okay, Green Bay. I don't know sports. I don't watch any sports. My husband doesn't even watch sports. We don't watch football, basketball, baseball, hockey. What's another one? Soccer, tennis. That's a Friends reference. Oh, wait, is this steaming? Wait, are we steaming? I think we're steaming. Hold the phone here, folks. I think we're steaming. I want to attempt that. Oh, these ladyfinger cookies came out pretty darn good, I gots to say. Oh, where is Erica? Okay. I'm going to, where's my whisker? Oh, wait, I already have my whisker out. I just got my hands all wet. Okay. I think I'm going to err on caution, on the side of caution. Wait, I thought I got my whisk out. I did. So this is like really, really hot. Grab phone. Now what, Kanara? You grab the phone? Oh, favorite food. Ooh, that's a good question. Right now, my favorite food is Korean food. I'm obsessed with that Korean. I still don't cook a lot of it, but we are doing World Soup Wednesday, and I am doing a samyangtang, kind of like a spicy. It's going to be reminiscent of samyangtang soup, which is it's going to have a Cornish game hen that's stuffed with seasoned rice that's cooked down in a broth, and then we're going to garnish it with some kimchi and some gochujang, which I'm obsessed with right now. Absolutely obsessed with right now. Maybe someone will know the answer to my question. How do you determine how long to cook a piece of meat if you cannot find it in the cookbooks? That's a good question. So poultry, you're always going to cook to at least 165. There's your bare minimum right there. Anything over that, you're overcooked it. So these are why these are your friends. These instant read thermometers will tell you exactly what you need it to be. Ribeye steak is about 135 for medium rare, 140 for medium, and over that you've probably overcooked it. Erica's here. Okay, Erica. It said to get my milk steaming with the vanilla, steaming milk. And it says to take this is the mixture of 4 large egg yolks, a half a cup of sugar, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And it says to dump this directly in there. Won't this curdle? won't this curdle? Should I take some of this out and put it in here and temper this? If your goal is food safety and you want to go by internal temperatures, yeah. Internal temperature always going to be your biggest safety thing. Oh, and the Instant Pot. Oh, the Instant Pot's where you're cooking the meat? Oh, that's a good question. I will find that, Judy. You're in my Discord, right? I have a chart for meat that says per pound for which type of meat, how long. I would put the milk into the egg because then I have to put it back on the stove. So I thought if I tempered this a little bit and then I could add that to here. Does that make sense? Am I doing this backwards? Am I doing this wrong? Slow pour. Slow pour. And by the way, what she's talking about, putting a towel down, we take towels. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to take a towel here, okay? And I'm just going to kind of like wind it up. And then we put this in between here. Well, not with the recipe because that's going to make it even slippier. And this will help keep your bowl in place while you're whisking. You can put it back in the pot after it's tempered. Okay. Okay, well. Peanut of the 808. Dropping that 808. Hello, how are you? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. You guys, my name is Kanara. I'm a food and drink streamer here on Twitch. And today you're tuning in at a really interesting day. We are making the Thanksgiving Day trifle from the TV show Friends, where Rachel combined two recipes together, English trifle and a shepherd's pie. And yes, we're doing it with hamburger. So welcome on in, you guys. Welcome on in. Okay, so let's get out a little measuring cup so we can pull some of this out. We'll just ladle this in. How about that? We'll get at least half of this ladled in here. We're just going to add a little bit. I should have gotten out my, you know what we're going to do? This is why I have these. Silicone grippers. Silicone grippers. Oh, so we did a, oh my gosh, thank you for that follow, Matt. How are you? Welcome on in. So I decided to do a channel point redemption, and to be honest with you, I didn't think the channel points would be met. I thought, oh, they'll probably get close, and then I'll do a consolation Friends recipe. And Peanut, thank you for that follow. Matarki? Yes, we're going to do the Thanksgiving Day trifle, the whole kit and caboodle. Right now, I'm just tempering my eggs, and what that is that you've got your usually it's egg yolks. This is egg yolks, sugar and cornstarch, and yolks will cook up really fast when exposed to heat. So we're adding just a little bit of hot liquid of the steamed milk over here that we have, and we add this a little tiny bit at a time, and stir it in and keep stirring it, and this will bring the eggs up to temperature so that the eggs don't actually cook. Right, last thing I don't want scrambled eggs in my custard. And then once we get this at a pretty good temperature, then I'll just pour all this back in there, and then we're going to cook it until it's thick, and then we're going to refrigerate it. And if I'm going to refrigerate it, I'm going to refrigerate it in a metal bowl, and the wider the bowl, the better. I've got a wide bowl I'm going to use, more surface area, which means it will back to alert. Okay. Our Thanksgiving is on the 25th, yes. Wednesday I'll be doing a prepping stream. So we'll have a prepping stream. I'll be prepping for my Thanksgiving. The only one who's coming up here, I think, is my daughter. Maybe her boyfriend, I hope. Okay, this is getting pretty warm. This is getting pretty warm. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to take this out over here. Now, if you were working your custard and you didn't temper your eggs and you get your custard going and there's a little bit of scrambling happening in the side there, you can always put this through a sieve, like a mesh screener, to get the curdled. Okay, we'll put this over here. And now we're going to put this up here. And yes, a lot of air got whipped into that because I was whipping like a mad dog. So now we're going to bring this up to temperature, and we're going to get this cooked until it's thick. I don't know what I'm going to do about the foam, to be honest with you. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going into a trifle. We're not sitting here doing a super fancy pastry bake. And because I want to get this in the fridge, I'm actually going to start getting it colder in the freezer and get that chilled down. I don't know where to look in your Discord to find the Instant Pot. Oh, I haven't posted that yet. I'll post that as soon as I'm done with chat here, and I will tag you. So that way you won't miss it. Missed it? Missed it. There we go. I will make sure you have that chart in there. I don't know if I have one in my other Instant Pot book. Oh, which is in my office. I was looking up something there. This looks like a whole thing. It does. It doesn't taste like feet yet. The weird thing is everything smells really good, but we haven't done the hamburger yet. So my thought, here is my thought on the hamburger, people. Because my thought is, yeah, I've got to cool the hamburger down. I'm going to put that in the fridge too, and then we'll assemble the whole thing. But my thought was, I didn't want to see, because hamburger is fatty. I always buy 80-20, and when I have my hamburger ground, we're getting a quarter of a steer here next month. Dave, the piano guy, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. So I thought about taking the hamburger after it cooked and running hot water over it to kind of wash away more of the fat so I don't get coagulated fat. I mean, I'm going to strain it, but I'm not leaving the, because this is custard and I don't want it to stick to the bottom. I don't want to stick to the bottom. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an interesting thing. Okay, well, while that's still kind of coming up to temperature, let's get my big bowl here. This is a, oops, it's not going to close unless I put that over there. There we go. So this is a much wider bowl. It's going to have a much bigger surface area. The only thing I don't like that I have to do is I have to put a skin on this, which is going to be done with plastic wrap. That keeps heat from escaping out, right? So I'm going to stir this for a little bit while it's here to get as much of that steam out. And since I'm agitating it, it's not going to form that skin. You'll see that a lot with puddings. If you do like cook and serve pudding, which is my favorite pudding, is, what number are you on? Okay, it says on medium heat. Is I do a cooked pudding. I don't like instant puddings. But if my custard, I will say, you guys, if my custard didn't go well, I did sugar-free, instant vanilla. He eats sugar-free everything, so I did still a box of that. So if we had to, we could have made that. Got to go do chores, but I'm glad I found this. You're super awesome and fun. Hopefully I'll catch more of your streams in the future. Dave, thank you so much for saying that. I stream on Sundays and Wednesdays at 12 noon Pacific time. And on Wednesday, that'll end our World Soup Wednesdays for the month of September. The month of October, we're doing everything from horror movies, from The Exorcist, Soylent Green, Fatal Attraction, things from The Wolfman, everything. And we're going to start decorating the kitchen after Wednesday. So I'm really, really excited about that. I have just chatting streams on Tuesdays that I'm slowly getting into, and I will be doing one tomorrow. That'll be at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock in the morning. And then what I'm pondering about doing is doing a chatting stream maybe once or twice a month, just kind of, I like touching base with everybody. And then I get to actually sit down and read chat and not miss anything. And then maybe Tuesday evenings, I'll do a little bit of gaming if we can get the gaming thing figured out. Dave and I are trying to get that figured out, of hooking things up to my Xbox, because my TV is not a standard TV. So it's a bit of a brain puzzler, Can you explain the difference between pressure and water canning? Yes, okay, so water bath canning is foods that are processed in a water bath, it's a great big pot where you can have at least 1.5 inches of water over the tops of the jars. And because it's just standard water boiling, the max temperature it's ever going to reach is 212 degrees. Water bath canning is safe for foods that are low in pH, high in acid. So jams and jellies, because of their natural sugars and pectins, and pickles and fruit. So those are the things you can do. And you can even do tomatoes in there, and you will have to add acid to your tomatoes. So anything that is high in acid, low in pH, can be done in a water bath canner. Now, things that are high in pH, low in acid. Vegetables and meats are your primary ones. So if you're doing savory green beans, if you're doing pickled green beans, they can be done in a water bath canner. If you're doing pickled carrots, they can be done in a water bath canner because of the high vinegar content that we were adding to those vegetables during the pickling process. But the pressure canner, and depending upon your elevation, so if you are between like 0 and 1,000 feet, you're going to process at 10 pounds pressure on a weighted gauge or 11 pounds pressure on the dial gauge. Pressure canners have a pressure gauge on there, and you need to have those gauges checked every single year. If you're using a Presto canner, I highly recommend you get the 3-part regulator, and then you don't have to worry about the gauge because the regulator never lies. So when we process foods in there, what's happening, and when we're adding the weight and putting that food under pressure, is the temperature is getting hotter and hotter and hotter, plus pressure. So we're forcing even more of that heat into the center of that product. So not only do we have the heat distribution going in there from the steam and from the water that's on the bottom, we also have pressure, which is pushing all that heat directly in there. It's getting pressure from all sides, not just water baths, which just circulate like this. This is being forced in and out of the actual product. Okay, so now we're simmering, sorry. I'm just making sure here. What am I supposed to do? Okay, wait, hang on here. Okay, combine, cook, whisk constantly. Remove the mixture, whisk constantly until the mixture thickens. Remove the custard to a large bowl, cover it. Okay, so how thick is thick? How thick is thick? I'm turning the heat off now, though. I mean, how thick is thick? That looks like thick custard, right? What would you all think of as thick custard? Have an awesome stream. Back to cooking, getting ready for lunch at work for me. Peanut, thank you so much for coming in. And thank you again for bringing your family over here. I really, really appreciate that. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. How thick is thick? Lol, I like that assessment. Oh, wait. One is terrifying, pressure canning. One is mildly concerning. No, pressure canners are so safe nowadays. Although I think I told you guys this. I had a lady, I test gauges here in Oregon for people for their pressure canning. So I hope this is, I don't know. I'm going to go with yes. Yeah, you know what, because it's going to get thicker as it cools. All right, so we're going to put this in here. I don't want to keep it in this pan because this pan's a copper core pan. It's going to keep that heat for a very long time.